Hiya! So today it is Thursday morning and it's the 5th of September 2024 and I'm just having a wee walk around the garden before I head to work. Start a bit later today, 11 o'clock, because I work till about 8, so it's nice to get a little bit more time at home. Nothing much has changed probably in this border, apart from really want to show you how big this hydrangea is. Now this was a cutting that I took 2 years ago and it just shows how, I'm going to kneel down because that will give you a better idea, but just shows how quickly they get big and bushy as well. And the flowers on this are just stunning. They're totally different from the from the main plant, which was blue. Obviously the soil must be totally different here. Look at how green and healthy that's looking. And then below that we've got this climbing rose. Now it's a lovely apricot pinky colour and it looks like it's forming some hips, so I'm going to let them be because I really like things like that for decorating in the autumn and Christmas. And then next to those I have this eucalyptus that I'm trying to train sort of over the pathway. So just walked through. It's absolutely gorgeous. I bought that about 2 years ago and it was probably about 2.5 to 3 feet tall at the most. And it's now massive. And I sort of cut off all the bottom bits because I wanted it to be more, like have more of a canopy sort of thing. And then this bit kind of happened by accident, because I was letting it go so that I could cut it for Christmas. But then I thought, hang on a minute, that would make a little natural archway. So I'm liking it. And at the back I have some sort of jasmine. It just thrives on neglect. It gets really like glassy looking purple berries. They're beautiful. Not very many because I think it's too shaded here. And then a snapdragon wintered over from last year, and obviously I cut a couple of blooms so it's branched out. And next to that is this lavatera. They're not doing so hot now. I don't know if they're maybe not cut and come again or if I've not been cutting them fast enough. And the lavender has been trimmed and it's looking really nice. I don't know how much longer it's going to last because I definitely think there's getting a wee split right there. So we'll see. Hopefully at least next year. Little beautiful bits of sunshine, begonias. They are just gorgeous and so cheerful. And at the back of these lilies that have been cut now is a Physocarpus Diablo. Look at that colour. I need something maybe just in here. I can't quite decide because it's going to have to like quite a fair bit of shade. So I've just got some foxgloves coming up in there anyway until we decide. And then there's some Achillea here. That's just new this year, so there's not masses of, it's not the one to focus, not masses of blooms, but it's a really pretty colour I think. And then next to the lavender I have some Astilbe, and it was nice white creamy blooms and I've just left them because I think they'll be really nice. I don't know if they'll last or not. This is my first year having that. because it kind of looks like these are starting to go over. We'll see. Queen of Sweden Rose is got another bud, and over this side there is some Honesty and some lilies that have already been and gone, and another Physocarpus, and this one is Tiny Wine, and it's absolutely beautiful. And the new growth comes in green, and it's a really nice shade of green actually. And then we have some Nasturtium getting bigger, and Vanessa Bell Rose, I think that's got a couple, there's a bud there and a bud there, and as long as the rain doesn't come and batter them, hopefully it'll be really pretty. The Hesperus, which is Sweet Rocket, is kind of going over now, but I'm just hanging on to these little bits of colour. And then the Asters, look at that, it's so fluffy looking. And the Sweet William is definitely going over, but I think I would quite like to get these seeds. And it looks like we're going to get another like sort of apricot peachy colour aster as well. And this is supposed to be Amimagis, so if anybody knows for sure, because on my app it keeps coming up that it's Wild Carrot. I think this is Cosmos, but it's looking a lot fluffier than the one over here, so I'm not entirely sure. Lilies have been and gone. Right, my phone cut off. So anyway, this border is going to probably get everything ripped out and then put back in some sort of order, and then hopefully some more perennial plants that are going to bloom a bit longer. So that is definitely, it's all a work in progress, but that's definitely not went to plan this year. Lots of Sweet William in there. I think I'd rather clump all these together instead of, I had them more in a line, sort of line in this border, and I think I'd rather just have them more in a clump. And over here we have the green cornice, which is, I think it's Flavoramia it's called, and Cineraria, and that's a lily that's been and gone, more Cineraria, and then an Echinops that's came up. So that's already flowered, so it's too late for me now to cut for drying, although the little one next to it hasn't flowered yet, so I could probably do that. And Cotonia Aster, this is the first time for me that the leaves have gone red, so I don't know if it's an autumn thing or if there's something wrong. This is a Triloba, is it a cherry blossom? So I've cut all the bottom leaves off, and I'm going to start hopefully training it into some sort of lollipop. And then over here, all the ivy sort of climbing up the wall, and the fence, and the clematis as well, that is wedged in here with a handy bit of wood that broke off the fence. And I have some feverfew down here, and there's a gorgeous salvia, blue spire salvia in there, along with Cineraria, and there's geums, which there's 3 in here, but this one here I'm going to let go to seed. And then there's calendula and more lavatera, and then an arborescens. Hydrangea. Sorry, my words are just not coming today. Right, hopefully I shall be able to think of words better, because I went and got my coffee. So let's see. Right, I really need to sort of deadhead things in this border, and please ignore the grass. Our strimmer and everything's broken, so we need to try and get it fixed or just get a new one. So this is the dahlias, as you can see, and there's this beautiful orangey peachy one which I absolutely love. I've decided it's best to keep this one in the garden and not cut it because it does not last in the vase at all. This one, on the other hand, lasts really quite well. I mean, it lasts for about, I'd say a week, although yeah, maybe a week. There's ones that I had last week that I've just pulled the back petals off and kept them in the vase, and they're okay for now. And this is the one that was the Edinburgh, and look, it's covered in little green beasts. Ugh, I knew something had been eating these, look. I need to try the organza bag trick. Anyway, that's the Edinburgh ones, and they haven't been flowering just as much as they did last year, but they're still really pretty. This is my proudest one because I grew this one from seed, and I actually think I like these ones an awful lot. I love the colour. And straw flowers, which I was going to cut to dry, but there's ones that I've definitely left too long. I think the yellow ones you maybe get away with it, but these ones I'm not so sure. I really need to maybe cut them now, but I have got floral wire but I can't find it, so I need to hunt for that. The Rudbeckia, that was a wee division this year, so it flowered and it's been getting eaten alive. And the Physocarpus Darts Gold next to it, I love this, but I need to try and judge when to cut that for the vase because it wilts a lot for me, so I'm obviously doing it at the wrong time. The Annabelle, I've cut most of the blooms off and I've got them in, some of them are drying and some of them are in a vase with water, just in an arrangement in the salon, looking really beautiful. I think this one will be just about ready to cut as well. The thing is, if I leave them, they just start to get all brown with the rain, so I'd rather enjoy them. And then this monster of a hydrangea has got massive, it definitely needs some sort of pruning, but that'll be for the springtime, I think. Oh, and a little sunflower. And then in this border along the house, we've got agapanthus and some forget-me-nots down under the drain pipe. I think that's carnation or dianthus or something. Did I say the red cornus, the dogwood? That's about the height of me now. And that Rudbeckia, that's another division that I took off this monstrous plant. This, I think, is it Rudbeckia Goldstrum or Goldsturm? I think it should be Rudbeckia Gold Star because it has been the best plant I have in this garden for flowering. This is about 4 years old, I'd say, and it just looks amazing. The Liatris spicata is all done now, but I'll leave that for the winter, I think. The lupin is more or less done. It keeps getting last gasp flowers, but they're all going to seed quite quickly. I've already took seed pods off, so there's more here. And my little violas and pansies, they're just gorgeous. And some sweet William lying sadly over the path. I had gladiolas in here, but sadly I think they've been suffocated. I can't remember what this is. It's Tetranda, I think it's, oh, it goes pink anyway. And then finally have some flowers on these gladiola and with the snapdragons. and the raspberry plants look like they're going to be doing something. Right, this is my potting bench. Can I pot anything on here? I think not. Oh god, sorry, I keep getting my finger in the way. Hope that's not been like that all the way through. Yeah, very hard push to pot anything on this bench now. I need to get it. I'm going to make another shelf for underneath. Definitely need another shelf. Under here I have Sweet William, Orlea, Limelight hydrangea cuttings, wallflowers, Gaillardia, foxgloves, Helenium the red one, lupin cuttings, Annabelle cuttings, more wallflower, sweet peas, everything. It's exhausting. Ooh, look at these geraniums. And these gorgeous begonias. How? They were meant to be pink. Pink Cascade. They're not. But they actually go super nice with this gold cage. That one's not doing just as well, but never mind. And up here, got a couple of sedum cuttings, erigeron, and an ivy. I think this area's changed quite a bit since the last time, because I decided that the Super Tunia Vista Bubblegum would add a really nice bit of colour into the border, and they're actually still in their baskets. They're hanging baskets. I've just popped them on top of pots in some areas to add nice colour. Under here is the Bare Root Brunnera. That's a Jack of Diamonds, I think. So looking really fabulous. Just as well it likes shade. And then this is the big Weigela that I cut off all the time for flower arranging. And then this is the elderberry, which is just like a tree. Well, it is a tree now. I actually put some of these wee bits in flower arrangements this week and last week, and it's still looking really good. Kind of hoping it might root actually. So the Super Junior, I don't know if it's maybe just getting too much shade in here or not enough water. They're not looking as good as they did when they were up on the pergola. The Cineraria, hydrangea, can't remember the name of that, but look at the beautiful flowers, like a proper cerise, I would say. Coreopsis has been fabulous. Now I would say that that has changed colour quite a bit, because as you can see from these ones, there was definitely more yellow in them, and they're really going quite red now, which is nice for this time of year coming up. More Super Tunia Vista Bubblegum. My little baby Brunnera seedling that just seeded itself in there. And another one down there. And I've got blue grasses there that I can hardly see because the actual real grass is overgrown since the strimmers broke. And my big Schubertii. I'm sorry, my hand's shaking this morning. Schubertii alliums. Just one's just plonked down in the bed, and the other one I think is still attached. Feverfew growing over the grass. The Madam Butterfly snapdragons. Some more Army Maid, just looking very tiny. Lobelia, and believe it or not, in there somewhere is an echinacea that is definitely not going to do anything this year. That needs a pot of its own next year, I think. Cup and saucer vine, which do not have any cup and saucers on them, by the way. First time growing. I don't think they've had enough sun this year. Far too much rain. And some more straw flowers, and the ivy is really, really, really looking gorgeous up there. And in the back there's an astilbe that was a bare root just down in front of the little trike. a hosta that's been badly eaten, and there's foxglove seedlings in there. Gorgeous heuchera that just does its own thing. Another Astilbe bare root. More heuchera. Can't believe how they're all filled in. And a crocosmia had one flower this year, but that was one flower more than last. But I divided it this year, so hopefully maybe next year it'll be even better. I love it even just for the foliage anyway. A nice cheerful sunflower, and more to come. Nicotiana is looking great, and there's straw flowers in here that are just getting massive. And over this side is a bit of a mess. I'm just going to let this go and start getting it planted with bulbs. This was the cornflower and the sweet peas, and both have been terrible this year. So it's time to go. Here I have a blue moon rose, and it's got quite a few buds on it now. 1, 2, I think there's about 5, and it actually flowered the other day and it was looking gorgeous, and then the rain came, so it's kind of gotten a bit brown, but it's a stunner. Look at the colour of that. It's beautiful. And I've got sweet corn here in the back, which again I think is doing nothing, but I wanted it more for the foliage anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. That's fine. Hosta's looking eaten alive. My baby lupins that I grew from seed, that one's still looking alright. Some white petunias that are needing dead-headed, and I actually think, oh wait, potato plant, look at this gorgeous pansy or viola, pansy I think. Another piece of sunshine. I'm going to have to go and get ready for work and run my daughter to her college course, because she's now learning to be a baker and her stuff has been fabulous. So I'm going to go and get ready and then head to work. I hope you have a really nice day, whatever you decide to do, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Bye!